And we're live! Yes, once again, Mondo Market TV is live with the best tools for artists and amazing demos so you can get inspired to create more beauty in this world. I'm Shahar Boyaya, I'm your host for today, and we are going to be talking about concrete jewelry. Yes, concrete jewelry. Prepare to be in awe because there's so many ways that you can create amazing pieces with concrete that you really had no idea. And it can be combined with another passion that you have. Maybe you're a glass artist. Maybe you like sculpting. Maybe you like fiber, paper. Well, did you know that you can combine those and make amazing concrete jewelry? I'm going to have a guest today that she's going to be showing you how to do that. Well, we have several demos for you, so you don't want to miss anything. But there's one thing we need to do before we get started, and what it is to share this. I don't know if you are aware, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to my Mondo Market TV page, and I'm going to share this video. When you watch a live on Facebook, it's really important that you share as soon as possible. And why? Because that's the way that the big Facebook guy decides if it shows or not out there for other people to do. So the second that you take just to go to a video and share, you can share on your page, you can share on your profile, sometimes you can share in groups. It's very simple. You just click share. And I like to say something like, we are live now because, of course, I'm going to share with people that already know me. But you can say something about, oh, amazing demos on concrete jewelry, for example. That would be more than enough. And then you choose where you want to show, and you just put it there. It's that simple. Okay? So do that. I'm going to share one more time, because why share only once if you can do more, right? So I'm going now to share to my profile, and then we are good to go. And I'm going to say concrete jewelry live. And then I put on my timeline, and people can watch. Really, it helps a lot. Whoever you see that you like, they're doing live on social media, always share it. It really doesn't matter if it's Facebook or YouTube. You might be watching on YouTube, for example. But take a second. Take a second. It's one way to say thank you for the effort of the person being in front of the camera and doing it live for you. Okay. With that said, I want to introduce my guest. And somebody, oh, there you go.
Here I am.
Do we still have the studio?
I think so. No,
okay.
Maybe not.
This is Nash.
Wait.
Oops. Okay, and she's fixing what she has now. That's normal, by the way. So Nashla is my daughter. And, you know, it's a funny story, but I've been doing crafts and arts for a very long time. Since she was really, really small. There you go.
Whew, that was a fiasco.
She didn't used to like concrete very much.
Yes.
Concrete crafts as a whole, right?
Yeah, it wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, you said it. That's for old people.
Well, no, I don't know. I just never thought I had the talent to do anything
And what happened?
crafty.
What happened?
I don't know. I decided to start, and I guess I got inspired with Curious Mondo, watching people do some really amazing things and posting in the groups. I was like, well, maybe I should try this.
Yes. And
I kind of found myself. I liked it.
You like the concrete, right?
Yes.
What do you like? What's fascinating about it?
I love it how it allows you, how it's something so simple as concrete, you know? And it's something that you normally wouldn't see in a jewelry piece. I love finding these different elements and just like bringing them together, things that normally would be ugly, and bringing them together and making beautiful things.
Beautiful things, yes. You know, pick a few pieces for us to show them some of the possibilities with concrete. And while she picks those pieces, I have to tell you, this is an interactive live, meaning that I'm not going to say hi to everybody like, Roxy, hi, Roxy. But if you have questions, do ask. Yeah, put here in the comments, and I'll ask Nashla. So yes. any moment that you feel like, okay, I don't know this, or I should know this better, or I just have a question, shoot to us.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Well, so just for you to have an idea, I'm going to show you some of the pieces that I think are really cool.
Okay.
For example, here's this one right here of the little turtle. This
Yay!
I used here. Look at this, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you a little bit of how I did each thing. I created these. But for example, this right here, I use a sticker that I bought at the craft store.
Yeah.
Yes, but
And
this
look how
is,
pretty.
I love this piece, and you can see it's not very thin. I mean, it's not very thick. It's super light. It's a great piece.
That's a thing you get questions all the time, how heavy it is. Because when people think
Yes.
concrete, they're thinking houses and heavy stuff, right?
Yes.
And bricks.
And then, for example, I have this other one that I did. It's one of my favorite pieces. I love this because it has a story. Like, I find the pieces that I like the most have a story. I was in the desert, rock hounding and stuff, and I found this piece of glass. And I liked it. I put some concrete on it, and then I put a little piece of that, same piece of that glass on top, and I created this piece that's very different. But honestly, I find it so elegant, and it looks so beautiful, and I love it.
Cool.
So that's an example there. A lot of my pieces have glass in them. I love using glass. And so, for example, this right here is one that I did also with recycled glass. And you can see it's more of a three-dimensional piece. I find that sometimes pieces, when they're on your neck, sometimes they flip over and then you have an ugly background. So I like to make them pretty front and back. So this is one of the pieces that I have created. Well, this is the concrete right there, and then the glass in front and in the back. But the really neat thing, Shahar, is that it's limitless. You can do anything with this. You can do, so for example, I just showed you some things with the glass, but I have other things. For example, like should we go into a demo right now or what?
You know, because we know that the concrete needs to set, and there's time involved, and we have a short life.
Yes.
Talk about the fiber one, and then we go into preparing so you guys can do it home.
I was playing with the concrete, and there was a classic Curious Mondo that was talking about embroidery and things like that, and I was like, oh man, I wonder if we could incorporate this into the concrete. And so I created some pieces that were embroidered with concrete. So you see, I have the concrete, and then I do the embroidery on there.
Which
and I have
super cool.
Super cool. I have, for example, here's another one that you can see that I did. I call this like the splatter. And they make for some really fun pieces. And I mean, look, it's elegant.
Gorgeous,
Tell me this isn't a gorgeous piece.
Right?
And all I have here, concrete and embroidery floss.
Yeah, tell me, people, do you think this is awesome or not? I want to know.
I think it's awesome.
So Nash, so I can go to any hardware store, just get some concrete and get started, right?
Well, kind of.
Can you wait for 10 minutes? I go there and get it?
All right, let's do it. Well, here's the thing, Shahar. You try to use regular concrete, it might be frustrating. I have to say that when I tried all kinds of concrete, and the regular concrete, I was almost giving up on it.
Well, it doesn't have a lot of strength when we are thinking about jewelry pieces.
That's right, it doesn't. The other thing, it has too many things inside of it, for example, the sand, and it just makes it really hard for you to finish and make a nice looking polished, not literally polished, but a nice looking elegant piece. The regular concrete kind of not so good. But we have this concrete here that I use, the Superfine Concrete and the super white concrete, and it works amazingly well. You can see, let me just show you. Actually, we're going to see it in action.
Yes.
Should we do something right now?
You should mix the concrete, do a first one. Sonia is saying, hola meninas, she's in Brazil. Hey! And we have Roxy. Roxy actually has a question. I'm going to let you do the first demo. Don't wait, hang on there.
Wait, what if you ask me the question and I'll do the demo as I do it? Okay, well, never mind.
Okay.
All right.
And Annette is saying, I just bought some sticker to use with mine the other day.
Very nice.
Very
Good
nice.
job, Annette. Okay, so here's what you need to get started. It's actually, this is the other thing that I like.
You can breathe.
Okay. I have zero patience.
Yeah.
So my problem with arts and crafts and things like that is that I get started and then I want it to get done. Like the idea of, for example, spinning something and then taking an eternity to get that yarn to then make it into a sweater that's also going to take an eternity, like it doesn't drive with me. But I love this because really all I need is to start mixing things, and within minutes I have a beautiful piece.
Okay.
So here's what I have. I have my concrete. I have some water. Okay.
Tap water, nothing special about it.
Just water, tap water, yeah. So, and I have my measuring spoon. So I have 1 tablespoon right here that I'm going to use, and 1 teaspoon. So I'm going to use one tablespoon of concrete and 1 teaspoon of water. And all I'm going to do is, I'm actually just going to grab it from my little container here, put it inside my cup, 1 tablespoon of concrete, and 1 teaspoon of water.
And of course, this can vary a little bit depending on the weather.
Absolutely.
And where you are, right?
Yes.
Remember that here where we are located, Utah is quite dry.
Yes, exactly.
So sometimes you need to add a little bit more.
And I mean, you're going to start mixing it, and it's really a lot of just feeling it. So yes, you can get precise, but you're going to feel how this mixture is for you. And depending on the project that you're making, you might want it a little bit more runny or a little bit more solid. Yes. So for example, this is a little too thick for me. Like I can actually pick it up with my little thing here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add a little bit more water to it. Like, oops, well, maybe if I get some water,
yeah,
that'll help. So look, just a little bit of water. Now, if you check out this mixture, it's more like a pancake mix, and you can kind of like get it, and it drips and all that. So now I have here, I mixed it. One thing that I didn't tell you was you need some kind of mold. So,
well, you didn't tell them, but the thing is, you can use molds that you have at home. That's what I think is cool, right?
Yes.
And it is simple. And we always like to tell people, if you want to create some pieces and you're going to a festival, a bazaar, or something quick that would sell really well,
yes,
there you go. This is the easiest technique of all.
That's right. So right now, I'm just using this mold that I have here with different pieces. I love this because it already has the hole. So like I don't have to drill them or anything.
So
it's done. So which one? Should we go with the square or which one?
Let's do an oval one.
Oval,
you don't have
okay.
a lot of ovals.
I don't. Like oval and me, sometimes we don't get along.
And this is just a jewelry mold that is used not only for concrete, but for resin, polymer clay.
That's right. So I'm going to pour it in here.
Just that.
Just pour it in here until it gets to the rim. I'm going to look. Just make sure you fill it. You don't want it completely, you don't want it empty or halfway. There. Then I'm going to give it a little tap tap for bubbles to come out. And I'm going to, there it is. So then I actually have a little bit more left here. I'm going to fill another one, a smaller one maybe. A square one this time. Let me push it so you can see.
Okay. So we are just pouring the concrete. And while you do that, Sonia is asking us to speak a little bit in Portuguese, so she just feels comfortable today.
Oi, Dona Sônia!
Quando é que você achou que a Nashla ia fazer artesanato?
Pois é!
So I'm telling her, could you ever really believe that Nashla would go into arts and crafts at all?
No, but here's the cool thing. Dona Sônia, she was my arts teacher in school. In elementary school.
Brazil, yeah. So I think she's really surprised today.
Yes, I'm sure she is. Yeah. It's funny.
Roxy, I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name correctly. Roxy is saying, can you make it thicker so it sets faster? I had this sink when she was trying to put stuff on.
You know what? Was it Roxy?
Yes.
So Roxy, yes, you can. In fact, where I'm at right now in the studio, it's really cold. And so my pieces take longer to set, and I forgot about that. So when I mix this, it's too liquid. I bet that when I put the piece in there, it's actually going to sink. So yes, you can make it a little bit thicker so that you don't have to wait as long. But I have some pieces that I put them in. I think it's ready. I put it in, and then it just sinks. I have an example. Yeah, I know. This piece right here, which I love this piece, if you can see here on this camera. So see, right there, it's a pretty piece. But if you look behind it, you will see the truth behind this piece.
The truth behind the piece.
Do you see all these pieces there? These were not
too fast.
No, yeah, they would sink. And then
so
I'd
you
put
could
more.
just go breathe deep or take a meditation and then come back to this?
Yes. So essentially that's what I did after like a couple dozen of them sunk. And I'm just kidding, like half a dozen sunk. And then I just waited a little bit and placed the ones where I wanted them to be originally. And so when this happens, of course, then you end up with a little bit heavier piece. But it's okay too. But yes, you can make it a little bit thicker. So let's see here. So so let's go back to this just so that we can finish one piece at least right now. So you saw that I just placed the concrete in the mold. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add inclusions. So I have some beautiful glass pieces right here. They have some, like, look at these Look how pretty these are.
This
now,
is sea glass, right?
this is, yeah, it's sea glass. This is from recycled bottles, right? So it's really cool. I love these. So this blue one is so pretty. Then I have these that are colorful. Look at these. I love these colorful ones. They make some amazing pieces. So these, I call them glass cabochons. So I'm going to use these for my pieces. So Shahar,
They're very pretty.
any suggestions of what you would like to see?
Just color.
Just
I wanna see
color. So I forgot, you know what I forgot to grab? I forgot to grab a tweezer. So I'm going to use my hand, but I recommend using a tweezer. Just makes it a little bit easier. But look, all I'm going to do is place it. So I think this is going to look pretty right there.
Look at that.
And what I find with the glass many times is that just one piece of glass makes it so elegant.
Well, you know what I like about this? I like to turn things into memories all the time.
Yes.
Because I'm a big believer in storytelling in everything that you do. There should be a story behind everything that you do. So, for example, we like to go rock hounding. So Nashla has some pieces here that we actually rock hounded those pieces. And then we used here. Maybe you have a piece of lace from a grandmother.
Yes.
Or something that it doesn't have a place in your life because, you know.
Because what are you going to do with lace? You know, I mean,
piece of lace, but you could cut that and add to a piece of concrete and always have your granny with you, for example.
Now,
so you can use something from your dog, like the hair. You know, you can play around. Oh, look at this. What are you doing there?
So now this for the, okay, so for the bigger one here, I added another piece of concrete right there. I mean, of glass. Now I moved on to this little square, and I'm just adding a little bit of color, like you said. So
and now it's not so liquid that it's grabbing everything, right?
Some of this little one might still drop, might still go down, but I think it's fine for now. Like, so I'm liking it.
That's how it's important for you guys to not make it too liquid, so you don't have to wait a lot before you add your pieces. But look at that.
Do you like it, Shahar?
Wow, I think it's elegant. I like it.
I like it too.
And what I like about this concrete is how white it is. I think I like it a lot.
Yes. Now, yes, I love the fact that it's white. You can play a lot with it. For example, just to show you some other pieces that I have here. I have, just to show you, for example, the same idea of the glass. Here's one that I did. I used the same little mold here, and I put one piece of glass. The fact that it's white, I love, because it makes the glass, it detaches it. Look at that.
It's gorgeous.
Isn't it pretty? And it's minimalistic, yes. But I think it's a little statement piece. And I say it's a little statement piece because it makes a big statement, but it's a small piece.
Yes, but it doesn't have to be minimalistic.
No.
And you go according to your taste and your personality.
Exactly. Now look, this similar thing, this is the same glass that we use. So this is this glass that we just used.
Look at that.
The brown oval. Now look how pretty this is, Shahar.
It's gorgeous.
Right?
Now, you know, Annette, so did you get those glass pieces from Jody? LOL? Yes.
Yes.
You know, yesterday I posted on the group a girl that she's actually recycling bottles, glass bottles, to make houses.
Really?
And I was thinking, easily, Jody already has enough glass for a house.
Oh, yes, that's true. Now,
so before you go there, I just want to make a note that if you don't have concrete around you, I mean, you have concrete around you, you don't have this type of concrete, and you would like to get started, we do have a kit today that we are offering. Let's show the kit right now.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit what comes with that kit.
I love this kit, Shahar, and just so you can see the kit, yes, look at that. So what I did was, my intention was that you receive the kit and immediately be able to create pieces. And so you get a jar of concrete that you can use, you get even the little stirring sticks, and you get the little cup, and you get the measuring spoons, the tablespoon and the teaspoon. I actually
so you don't need to go out for anything. There's everything there.
It's there. But then, Shahar, I decided to add the things that normally people don't find and that I think are so beautiful. So you can see there on the corner, on the right-hand side of the screen, you have what I call the rainbow cabochons, the glass cabochons.
They're gorgeous.
So those are you saw me use a couple of them. They're beautiful. They're so shiny. They have a beautiful shine and a wonderful color to them. They're almost like candy looking.
Yes.
Then I have the little blue cabochons you'll see on the left side of the screen in front of the concrete. That right there is, I love these because they make some really elegant pieces. I just dropped one, in fact. So that's that. But then you know what, Shahar? I don't like to just have like boring or just traditional stuff. I am not traditional.
Yeah, I know.
Right? And so I've included some pieces that I think would be really cool for you to create pieces yourself that will really will really be wow.
Do you mean the glass frame?
Yes.
Yeah, we are going to do a demo with that.
We're going to do a demo,
yes.
but you can see here like this glass frame. This comes in you get one of these in the kit, and this is a recycled bottle. So this is just the top, just the bottle. We cut it, and this is it. And then you also get these mini frames of recycled airline bottle type of.
Which they're gorgeous.
They are gorgeous. They're the same. It's that blue. That blue is awesome.
Yeah.
So you get this, but then you also have, and I'm going to show them in practice. But for example, right here, this is the bottle bottom. It's the airline size bottle bottom, and it makes for a great pendant. And so then you can put the concrete on top and make a beautiful piece. So you'll get that, as well as this different bottle. It has a different pattern to it, and it comes with one of these. So I thought, well, let's put together a kit that will include the things that are different for people.
Yes,
and that you can make some stunning pieces.
And it's quite an affordable kit for you to get started. And
Yes.
how many pieces can a person make with this kit?
Oh gosh, you can make over 20, because think about it this way. All it took, just in this example that we did here, I did 1 tablespoon of concrete, and we did 2 pendants, right? 2 pendants. And so if you think about it, it has 8 ounces in here of concrete. It's like half a pound of concrete.
That you can use.
Exactly, that you can use. If I did 1 tablespoon, 2 pieces, you can make a lot of pieces.
Okay, and of course, all the rest, like the measuring cups and everything comes together with that. But today, and for you to get the kit, very easy. As usual, you go to mondomarkettv.com and you can get it. Today, if you get this kit, you get an extra container of concrete.
That's a deal, Shahar.
How cool is
that?
So
check this out. MondoMarketTV.com is where you can get the kit. It will come with all of the things that that you see on your screen right now. But as a bonus, and this is for today only, you get an extra jar of concrete. So you get 1 pound of concrete.
Super saving. Check on the site how much it costs. Just the concrete itself. You're going to get 2 within that kit if you do it today.
Got to do it today, though.
Now, Nasha, tell me what's going to be the next demo, and while you get ready for that, I will ask you some questions here.
All right, so I'm just going to leave this, set this aside. So it basically,
how long does it take?
It takes around 20 minutes for you to be able to.
So we may be able to mold that.
We may, but it's really cold in here.
Today. Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's cold all around the country, so
but
you know what
we'll leave it.
about.
I moved it, and one of the pieces kind of sunk. We'll see. We'll look at it in a minute. But anyway, I'm going to set this aside. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about different molds that you can use.
Okay.
I think that's a good thing for us to talk about.
So do you mind if we answer a few questions here before?
Of course, go for it.
Okay. Well, we already asked about making it thicker. So you saw that this one was kind of liquid.
Yes, it was.
Next
one I'll make thicker.
Okay. Can you get the concrete in bigger sizes, like 5 pounds? You can call us, but the shipping is not going to be fun, right? Because it's a heavy one.
Yeah, so right now, this is the only container that we have, but I'm sure we can talk about it.
Yeah. Actually, Rexy is also asking, I bought some concrete and made some pieces. Was wondering if you can smooth the top out so it's more like the bottom, so very soft. When I've sanded it, it doesn't look so nice because it creates texture, right?
Yes.
So what do you do?
All right. So basically, you're going to have to explore. Is it Roxy?
Yeah.
Okay. So Roxy, you're going to have to explore a little. Yes. So when I want to make it smooth and just kind of like the bottom, I don't touch it. So for example, let me reach over and grab a piece here.
While you do that, Lisanne is saying we are so creative.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisanne. Yeah, actually, Lisanne helped us get this company started,
yes,
right?
Lisa did.
Yes.
So check out this piece right here. This we did together in class, Roxy. If you got the course, you saw it. If we can see this one right here, you'll see that it looks smooth on there's no texture whatsoever on the concrete. And what I did here is I didn't touch it. So I poured the concrete and I put my inclusions in there, and then I didn't touch it until it was completely dry. So I basically don't sand it, and it's nice and smooth. But now let's say you have to touch it. You have to sand it. Then you're going to get your rotary tool, and you're going to find the polishing stuff that you have, and you're going to work that piece with your rotary tool. But it's very unlikely that you won't have texture, but you can still make it very pretty. So most of the pieces like I sand most of mine, and even then, this concrete.
But very, very light sand, right?
Yeah, but look, this one that I showed earlier, this was sanded. But look, you can't even see, right? It's almost as smooth as the back. Okay. So it's just a matter of maybe going with a finer is it grit that you call on the...
Very soft, very light touch.
Yes, on your sanding
be
paper.
Be patient, yes. No. So talk about the molds, because we need also to talk about color.
Yes, well, I'll talk about the molds, but here, you saw this piece right here. This is using the bottle bottom that comes in the kit. I think it's so cool, and everyone who gets this, who sees these pieces...
Let me see if it's heavy.
They love it.
Not heavy at all.
Nope, not heavy. And I have some more bottle bottoms there, or if you want to reach over.
I have short arms.
Okay. All right. So I'll show you just to give you some ideas. What I use, you can get started with basically cookie molds. Like as long as it's the silicone cookie molds, like these are candy molds. I got them at a craft store. Look, these are pretty. I look for the pretty ones. and I get them. So if you could see, so this one, for example, has some little creatures. I sell.
Oh, and you have to show the.
Yes. So when
when
I do pieces like with this, I actually sell quite a bit. So look, this is one of the pieces that I did, came straight from this mold. So look how cool. It's just a cute little ladybug. And usually I just drill a little hole here.
This ladybug is so cute.
I always sell this at the shows. Yeah. Then, for example, I have a butterfly. Came from this very same mold, as you can see.
This is what's so fantastic if you're thinking about selling.
Yes.
Right? Because you can... last year, there was a show on Halloween, correct?
Yes.
And you went and you made robots, vintage robots and dinosaurs.
Yes, I did.
And how do you say they go like hot cakes?
They sell like hot cakes?
They sell like hot cakes?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, for example, I have here another mold that you can see, the dinosaurs like you were talking about. So look, this is a cute, I basically just look in the candy aisle and the baking aisle for molds that are different. Yeah. And the dinosaurs are great.
Amazingly well.
Yes.
And it's not for kids, believe it or not.
Yeah.
We sold to adults more than we sold to kids, right?
That's right. So here's, for example, a dinosaur. I sell a lot of the dinosaurs. And so with 1 tablespoon, I can make at least about two of these. And I sell, 1 for 20? 2 for 30. So, and I sell these all day long at the shows. They're great. They're great for gifts, and they're not heavy at all. So that's an example there. You talked about dinosaur.
Well, because this is a good segue actually. Okay. Because Catherine Appleby, I think, is asking, can you paint on them?
Yes.
Now we have a colored piece showing right there.
Yes. At your hand. So here, what I use is a colorant. You're going to use like a grout colorant type of thing.
Which you also find at MondoMarketTV.com.
Also on Mondo Market, and you mix it in with your concrete, and then you can make the colored pieces. So this is one example of the colored piece.
But could I also paint with other types of paint? So here's the thing, not to color the whole concrete.
Right? Yeah, I do. I love doing that. I love coloring on top. So for example, I have here this piece where I put the glass. I think the glass is so pretty. So I did a thing of glass there, and then I colored the surface with the colorant. You see? And look how pretty that is. And
but
I have
bet
another
it
example.
Could be pastels or other types as well, right?
Oh, yes,
you
most
get a
definitely.
different effect, but it's
yes.
To get the color
So for
there.
example, I love this piece that I call this Moab. Reminds me of arches. And I used alcohol ink on this one. So you can see where the spots came. And so look how pretty this is, right? I love this. And I just used the alcohol ink post. So you can see the back is actually still the white. You can tell that it was white. I like this rough kind of, not rough, how do you call it, Shahar?
More organic.
More organic,
yes.
Yeah. So see, that's what I did there.
And you see, Catherine, she's a jewelry designer, and she has never seen this before. Catherine, I have to tell you, I don't know if you do silver smithing, but whatever you use today, you quite possibly can incorporate with this white cement. And I know if you are a jewelry designer, you were worried with quality, how long the piece will last. They are quite resistant.
They're very resistant.
If you throw them on the floor, they will probably not break if they don't have too many thin parts, of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, yeah, they're really resistant. I mean, it's like I can kind of throw this, I can throw it on the floor, and it's not going to break.
Don't get too excited.
Now, it's not unbreakable. It does break. but it takes quite a bit. This, just another example of the cooking molds, of the candy kind of molds. This, and to incorporate the painting, I did this. I found a little mold that had fishies in them.
Oh, cute.
Fish. And so I did this little mold. And then you know what I did, Shahar?
Dory!
Well, yeah, kind of. I got a Sharpie, just a red Sharpie, and I painted the areas in red.
So for people like Catherine that like to paint, not only the paints in itself, acrylics would work, but if you have Prismacolor pens, for example,
That would work.
That would work as well.
Yes.
Yes, Sharpies like she mentioned. Now, Sheila, should we make an open frame so they see what's the technique on that?
Yes,
I
let's
think
make
we
an open
should.
frame.
Let's
So,
make an open frame.
What am I going to use for an open frame?
What? Yes.
Shipping tape.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm going to, whoo, that was loud. I'm going to get a piece of the tape, and I kind of fold it over like this so I can put it on a surface. So I'm going to put it on my mat here so it's stuck into place.
Okay. We have more people talking in Portuguese to us. Simone is saying, muito legal essa técnica, parabéns, menina. Oi, Simone from Texas.
Yes. So Shahar, what frame should we use?
Can we use food coloring? Yes, you can, Margaret.
Yes. So what frame should we use?
I like these. I think these are so unique.
Aha. Okay. So look, I'm using one of these frames right here. And I'm basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just place it on that tape. Kind of press it.
A recycled bottle piece.
So it's glued onto the tape, okay? Just put a little bit of pressure there. This is a recycled bottle. So now I'm going to mix my concrete. I'm going to get my little cup.
That's why it comes with more than one, right?
Yes.
Because it sets fast.
1 tablespoon of concrete, 1 teaspoon of water. And I put a little bit less than a teaspoon in this case to see if it's not too, just to make it a little bit thicker so we can address what Roxy talked about earlier. And so actually this is a little too thick. Remember, pancake kind of mix. Just gonna add a little bit more water.
Now think about this. If you are an artist, how many things you can create? Because what we are providing today for you is some ideas. Right? Ideas of what can be made. You can go one step further and, put your personality, your style, turn this into real art.
Absolutely.
But you might be a teacher, right? And like Dona Sonia.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is a fun activity that they will see a finished piece. So for kids, it's really important to understand that today we need to invite them to go from abstract to concrete. So from an idea to a finished piece, so they can understand all the emotions in between and that they can accomplish, they can make things with their hands. This is one perfect way of doing that.
Yes, absolutely. Now, if we can look from this other camera angle here on the 7, I want to show you something. So look, Roxy, I made this a little bit thicker. You can see that when I put my stick there, it pulls the concrete. So this is a pretty thick, it's already setting essentially. But I'm filling this piece right here with the concrete right to the edge. And when you're doing open frames, you do want to make it a little bit thicker because you don't want it to be too runny that it's going to go through underneath.
So just think if you do silversmithing, if you work with wire, all the frames that you could create and then incorporate.
Do you think this is going to look pretty?
I do.
Look, I found this button I look for buttons, just a button.
I used to go to the craft store alone and she would stay in the car. Now she runs before me.
So look, I grabbed that and I just plopped it in there. There's really no other way of saying it. Now I'm just going to do a little tap tap so it sets a little.
And
but you notice that when I do the tap tap, a couple things happened here. I wasn't too gentle, and so it overflowed a little, and my bead is kind of going under. So you can do a couple things. You can leave it like this. You might not mind it. It actually looks pretty cool as it is. So I'm thinking about leaving it like this.
Yeah. And of course, when you're working at home, you don't have the pressure of time,
right?
Cameras and interruptions. So it's a different deal. But it's going to look gorgeous. We are going to wait a little bit to see if it sets.
Now look, I used a button there that I found, but look, I go to the craft store and I just look for cool things. And so, like if I see a button that I like, I get the button. So look how many, this is a gorgeous, it's a bead.
Yeah.
It was on sale, like 2 for $50 or something.
Yeah.
And I bought this whole strand of these beads. But it can be anything. Anything.
Yeah. And if you, for example, if you have one of those cutting machines at home that they cut anything right now, you can think about fabric. You can think about cotton, you can cut pieces of leather and combine with that. And I know what you're really thinking right now is, oh my gosh, I need to get this because it's a no-brainer.
Yes, you do.
Can't be so creative this year. Well, it's so easy. You go to mondomarkettv.com, Mondo with M-O-N-D-O, and you have on your screen markettv.com, and you get the kit that we have today. So you're going to get your container of concrete. You're going to get the open frames, not only this gorgeous one, but you're also going to get the royal blue ones. They're fantastic. The airline bottom.
The bottoms?
That word, forget it. I cannot say it. And then you get, of course, the measuring cups and the little things. But if you do that today and today only, you are going to get 2 containers of super white concrete and not only 1. So you're saving a lot. It's always smart to, think about that.
It's a great deal. You'll get an extra, because if you were to buy, I don't know how much it is on Mondo Market right now, but if you were to buy just the concrete,
I think it's 22, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think it's something around there.
So you're saving at least $20 just by doing that.
For the 1 kit, you get an extra jar of concrete that's more than half of what the kit would have cost to begin with.
And Annette Cook is saying here, means a lot of stuff in the kit and a very reasonable price.
Yes.
Thank you, Annette. Yes, it is.
Exactly. And they're cool. They're really pretty items. You can create some amazing pieces. I mean, if you sell jewelry, you can you can do over 20 pieces here alone just in concrete. Not to mention if you're going to because you're going to order today, you'll get 2 jars. You can make over 50 pieces of concrete, essentially, of 50 necklaces with the concrete. Plus you have the inclusions, the glass, the sea glass that comes with it. Those alone will give you a lot of pieces. I mean, look, for 1 piece alone, I use 1 piece of glass. So look at how many necklaces you can make.
Really, 20 is just the start of that.
Yes.
So it's a no-brainer. Do you have another demo that you want to do?
We can do another.
Okay,
what do you say?
about, I like when you use the tiny beads, or even some metal.
Just to give you some examples of inclusions, I have here a few just to show you. I found these little gear things at the store. I think they're pretty, so we use it. Let's, if you can see it from the top, some of these gear items. And then I have some aquarium sand. It works super fun for some pieces. The aquarium sand.
Jen is asking, can I order more than 1 kit at that special offer? You can order.
Of course.
Look, we're going to be doing the happy dance, Jen.
Yes.
When you make your order. She got it.
Happy dance. Yes. Yes, definitely. We're going to do the happy dance. So look, this is some buttons that I use as examples. So just to show you a piece that I did with these buttons, for example.
We have one right here.
One right here that I did. So you can see here on this other camera, the close-up.
7.
Yep, you can see it on the close-up there.
7.
There we go. So that's one example. I have another one. This is one of my favorites. I wear this all the time. I love this piece. I don't know why, but I love it. So see, I just put the buttons in there, and look how cool. Now, what did I use for this? Like, notice this shape. You've seen me showing you several examples of necklaces with this shape. So what did I use? I'll tell you what I used. I used ice cube trays. So if we can see the ice cube trays right here, yes. So look, just ice cube trays.
That's so simple.
Yes, and I pour the concrete in here. The main thing about these is that they're like these little trendy ice cube trays now.
I know, you get on those stores that they have the 20% off coupon every single day.
That's right. And they have these little silicone bottoms, so you can just pop the ice cube.
You know, I have a person screaming here, I want to see fabric inclusions.
Fabric inclusions,
We don't have
definitely.
fabric, but we have fiber.
Well, look, I don't have a fiber?
We have fiber.
Oh, yes.
Fabric.
I don't have fabric inclusions on the table right now, but I do have fiber. This is another example of, I have embroidery floss right there.
I'm going to give an idea with the fabric.
You can totally play with the fabric.
You
What's
can.
your idea?
One thing I would do is you have to protect the fabric from the elements because people will be wearing that. So what I would suggest you is that you cut the piece of fabric that you want to add as an inclusion, coat that with Mod Podge, or coat that even with UV resin, which we have here, but just a coat, And there you go, because then it can get wet on a rainy day or on a snowy day.
Yes.
And the sky's the limit for that.
It really is. Plus, the fabric is fun because you can find some unique patterns on there that you can cut out the designs on them and use it, incorporate it in your piece. It could be beautiful.
Super.
What I used here, I found a brownie mold, what do you call this?
Mold?
Just like a brownie thing for you to put the brownie mix and then you bake it.
It's a brownie thing.
I don't cook, okay? But I found these.
But she assumes that the brownie goes there.
The brownie goes here.
Okay, and then?
And then I cut it up. So I have these little squares. Okay, that's all I did. So I got this at the cooking section, baking section, and I use it for my pieces. So, for example, this piece here that I showed earlier, the Moab piece, this piece came out of here. Okay, came out of this mold. So I use this mold a lot because it makes for a great little size. So should we make another piece, Shahar?
I think you should make a piece. So what do you plan to do?
I don't know. I'm kind of just going on the fly here.
Okay, go on the fly.
So were you going to say something?
Well, Annette's talking about if she can change the shipping method in the order. I don't know how to answer that.
I don't know, Annette. I'm going to have to talk to you later.
Yeah, once we go offline, we check that, double check that.
So I wanted to move this.
Oh, you're going to...
But I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to ruin it if I try and move it. It's still kind of wet.
Yes. Can you work on that corner?
Yes, I can, of course.
Okay.
Shahar, what should we do now?
So why don't you use the buttons? Oh, the
buttons are a great idea. I just wanted to talk about this. Talk about different things. These are soda pop tabs. See? And if you can see here, I created a piece inside of them.
Yeah. So Roxy is just saying that she does fuse glass, and there's some really cool ideas that she can implement.
Absolutely.
And really, I think, Nashala, if you put a percentage, I think you do. What, 70% with some type of glass?
Yes.
And then the rest you experiment?
Yes, I love the glass. I love the clear glass. I don't know if I showed this earlier, but the clear glass on the concrete, I think it gives it depth. So you can see here, and this glass has a little bit of, I want to say dichro thing.
So here, for those that do play with glass, here's an idea. So you pour the concrete, you add some mica. Yes. And then you put the piece of transparent glass on top.
Well, Shahar, if we're going to talk about mica, let me show you this one.
Oh, boy.
So I did this piece here, and I did the concrete, and then I did the mica with acrylic, with the resin.
Explain how you did that. You first pour the concrete, right?
I first pour the concrete. I do have a course that I explained it in depth.
Yes, I know.
But I poured the concrete, and then I poured a little bit of the resin, and then I put the mica inside, and then I topped it with the resin again to encase it inside the...
So endless possibilities,
Endless possibilities, yes, for sure.
Why don't you do one with a sticker?
With the sticker?
Because I think the sticker is like, people really don't connect that with jewelry much.
Yeah.
But when they see the possibilities, and then they add whatever they like, the glass, the metals, the whatever.
Let's
you can
do it
make
with the
amazing
sticker.
pieces.
I love the sticker because you can find stickers of all kinds. And they're so pretty.
They are pretty. They are pretty.
1 tablespoon of concrete.
Jen is giving a suggestion, beer caps for the man caveman.
Yes, exactly.
Yay, yes.
Exactly. And you can find the tabs, you can find them in colors too, without the branding. So here I found at the thrift store, actually, these. And they're at the thrift store, however, they are unused. And they even have the holes so you can add to make it into a jewelry piece. But, so here I added my water. I actually added less than I needed, so I'm going to add a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm going to mix it up. And once I have it, I'm going to pour it into my mold. And I'm going to show you the brownie mold that I was talking about. So this is a little too thick. See, like too thick. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. I'm kind of going towards the less water just because it's so cold at the studio. And I want to show you the finished pieces. So now look, this is a little too liquidy. It would totally work. If you had the time, if you weren't in front of the camera and you didn't want to show, you would just let it sit a little bit longer. I'm going to add a little bit more concrete so you can see it.
So while you do that, I'm going to remind you once again, you can get this kit today, which comes with the concrete. It comes with the open frames for the light blue bottles, the royal blue bottles, the bottom
The bottle bottoms.
bottoms, plus wood sticks and cups and measuring cups for you to start creating your pieces today. All you need to do is go to mondomarkettv.com and order your kit. If you order today, you're going to get an extra container of concrete, which means you are saving at least $22 just by doing that.
It's a fantastic deal.
It's so cool.
Yes, it really is.
So you didn't feel everything. Oh, and I have to say one thing. If you buy the kit, but you didn't take the course and you want to do that, you're going to have the chance to get the course at 30% off. So pay attention to the thank you page after you order, and you will be able to get the course at 30% off. This was a 6-hour course full of techniques.
Yes, I go in depth. We really had a good time.
Yes.
We did so many pieces. How many pieces did we make?
I don't even know.
Like
a lot. A lot.
A lot.
Yes.
So look, stickers. Actually, these aren't stickers. What are these?
These are pins.
These are pins, like the
People use for scrapbooking.
paper stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the store, found these. I thought they were interesting. I thought, maybe we could do some fun pieces with these. So that's that. But I have some stickers as well. So I love the butterflies. And the main difference about these and regular stickers is that they're kind of puffy and plasticky, but they look nice. So there's that. We talked about mica. Look, I have some mica sheets here. And you can even see, for example, this one right here. I punched a little heart of mica, and I used it in my piece. But remember, if you're going to do mica and concrete, you do have to use the resin. Otherwise, the mica will go away.
Will peel off, so you don't want that.
Shahar, so pick, what are we going to do in this necklace?
So pick. We'll go.
Should we go with a butterfly?
Yes.
So
and Charlotte is asking what kind of cement we are using. We are using super white concrete that you can get here at Curious Mondo. It is different than the concrete you would get at a home improvement store, because of course that concrete needs to be mixed in order to be resistant, and it's not white. It doesn't, even the white one is not white. So this one will give you a pure white, which if you want to paint on top of it, if you want to add pigments to that, if you want to create, that's the right one for you.
I lost my piece.
Oh, the butterfly.
No, I still have it. So
you still have it. Didn't fly away.
I forgot to bring
the tweezers.
A tweezer.
Yeah.
And this is sticky. So it sticks to my finger. But here's what I'm thinking about. I'm going to put the flower, and then I want to put the butterfly in there.
The flower. Tell me a story.
Exactly. I try my best to tell the story when I'm doing these pieces, actually. The little butterfly, the little...
very small one.
This itty bitty one. The little turtle I showed you in the beginning at some point, like this one. To me, it's the little turtle going away from the sand and into the water after they hatched.
That's gorgeous.
That's what I
That's one
was
of my
going
favorite
for.
pieces.
So there I put the little butterfly.
Yeah, and normally you wouldn't be moving things, right? When you're
Yeah,
you have to, go zen, right? Breathe deep. Wait.
That's right.
Right?
You're going to have for example, your needle tool.
Don't touch the table so it doesn't move too much.
I use a needle tool.
Yes.
And with that needle tool, I position the thing. So like I'll put the butterfly in here, and with my needle tool, I'll kind of move things around. Yeah. Just a tiny bit, push it to the side, put it exactly where you envision it.
Yes.
And use a tweezer makes it easier.
Our purpose today is really to show you the possibilities of concrete
to get
jewelry,
the wheels turning.
And really basic things that you can do that could generate also income if that's your proposal, right? I want to generate some income for a school fundraiser, or you have a bazaar that you're going to be participating anyway, so you want to take some pieces that are going to sell. So it's a creativity. Of course, in the course, we took this to a whole new level.
Yeah.
And then we went into art for the pieces, which are totally possible. But if you get the versatility of this material, right?
Absolutely. That's exactly it. It's super versatile. It allows you to basically, as long as you can think about it, think it up, you can create. And if you have skills like silversmithing or wire wrapping, you can combine it with the concrete.
Because think about these pieces with a nice round wire wrapped. It would be amazing.
Exactly. Look, this is just to show you another example. Here's a piece of I just bought this base at the store, just like it came empty. I poured the concrete. I kind of stained my concrete. I put a little piece of glass here at the bottom, and then this is a magnet. It's actually, it was on your board. I just
Yeah, I
grabbed it.
had some birds on my board and they start to disappear.
Yes,
slowly.
look how pretty this looks, Shahar.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
come
It was
on.
worth it.
It would look good on my board too.
Much better than on your board. Now we can wear it. So essentially what I'm trying to say is you can use anything as long as it looks pretty. I love getting these items that aren't supposed to be pretty and just making them so gorgeous, combining them, bringing them together and making them gorgeous.
I love to. Let's show a few more pieces before we go. I want to show you mold into mold and some with the little fruit balls over there. And this one that is gorgeous.
This one.
Yes.
Okay. So I love this one. This one.
Look at this.
I used.
The idea was mine, by the way.
What do you mean the idea was yours?
I made the first one out of resin.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely yes.
So I bought these little trees in the paper embossing section kind of thing at the store.
They're
super
type of
cute.
wood. Yeah.
So look, I made my concrete. I wanted to make it look like night. Okay. So I painted my concrete. I used my colorant, the pigment, to make it gray. And then I put the trees. And recognize this little butterfly? That's from our little sticker pad that we were using.
Don't tell me that's not gorgeous when you're
I think
wearing
it's
something
beautiful.
like this.
It's a beautiful piece. So that I combined the two things, the butterfly and the trees. You talked about...
I talked about this one because I think it's a cool idea.
This right here, I use... these are shells. So look.
Shells.
At the store, I bought these shells.
And they are tinted shells, right?
They're tinted shells, and they're shiny, and they're pretty. So I started playing with them, and I made this piece right here with these little acrylic... These are glass-filled balls. Glass-filled acrylic balls.
Which is easy to find today, especially in embossing sections of...
Yes.
Places, yes.
Also at the... And then I use, for example, this one. I found it at the nail art section. They have these little balls for you to put on your nails. But I don't, the nail thing's not my thing. But hey, I thought these are pretty. We can make them into necklaces. So I put them into this. So that's an example there.
Cool. The mold into mold, I think, is a cool idea.
This right here, what I did was I used a square mold, like a square mold, like the brownie mold I showed you. But I had a candy mold for chocolate that looked like these little itty bitty ones. So first, I colored my concrete yellow. I put it in the candy mold and got just the centerpiece. Then I created, with another square mold, I filled it with the white concrete, and I placed the concrete inside the concrete, and I have this beautiful piece. And I love how it looks, actually.
Yeah, you have that in every single color.
Yeah, it's so much fun because you can do it
cool.
in many different colors.
Cool. Guys, we really hope, thank you very much, Nashla, for being here.
Yes, of course.
And this was just a touch of what can be done.
Just a glimpse.
So we wanted to make sure that you never did anything, you're not playing with jewelry, but you would like to. Well, here you go, simple techniques.
Yes.
You are playing with jewelry, you're already a professional, you're a glass artist.
Make
and
beautiful
you're
things.
Thinking about how could I try something new. Well, this is for you. You're a fiber person and you like fiber, you like to embroider.
Can I show one more?
You can, but let me talk first.
All right.
You like embroidery. You have another passion because let's face it, most of us artists, we have more than one passion. Well, you saw that you can even do some embroidery. Of course, she had to do and everything. The course covers all that.
Easy peasy though.
But it's easy peasy.
Yes.
And you create, well, just think. Let's just pretend you belong to an embroidery guild in your town. Right? And every month you go and you're working, I don't know, needlepoint, cross stitch, whatever it is. But you arrive there. Hi, girls. How you doing?
Yeah.
And you are wearing this gorgeous piece of concrete of all things.
Yes.
That is all embroidery.
Right?
By
That's embroidered, yes.
Think about that. Or you
Beautiful.
are a wire wrapping artist and you create that amazing frame for the amazing piece of concrete inside. Just think. Just think. What do you want to show them?
Endless. Well, what I was going to say is, and if you sculpt, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can even create, so for example, Shahar sculpted out of wax this wolf. So look, then we casted it into the concrete.
So I like to play with polymer clay a lot. So I created these and she made it out of concrete. I also made that same wolf out of silver.
Yes.
Right, with the lost wax casting.
But look, so here I like it in the white. I like it as a white wolf. Yeah. But you can make it in any color. And
if you like to paint, like I think Kathleen.
Yeah, you can even paint it over top, like the
think
eye,
about this, the work that could come out of this.
Could be so gorgeous.
And we had some questions before about people think, but isn't this the same as plaster? No, it's not. Totally different thing. And you're going to see it doesn't stay on your skin whatsoever, and you can wear on your skin without any issues. It doesn't break. I mean, it breaks if you throw from one side of the room to the other.
But it's pretty resistant.
But a quick fall is not going to happen anything, and it's just a different type of material. It has nothing to do with plastic.
Yes.
I think we cover a lot today, right?
I think so.
I think there's only one thing now that people need to do.
I agree. Go to mondomarkettv.com.
No, we don't talk on top of each other.
Okay, so just to reiterate what you're going to get when you go there.
Yes, do that.
You're going to get half a pound of concrete, but if you do it today, when you do it today, you're actually going to get an extra jar, so you'll get 1 pound of concrete. But you get the half pound of 1 pound of concrete. You get the beautiful glass cabochons, the rainbow-colored ones that you see on the right-hand side. They make stunning pieces. You get the sky blue cabochons, glass cabochons that you see there on the left. You also get another set of colored cabochons, glass cabochons, and you see it towards the bottom of the top of the screen there. And you get the sea glass. You see it in the royal blue and the
and let's face it, unless you are a glass artist, it's very difficult to get this type of pieces,
exactly.
Right?
That's why I included it.
You're not only saving over $20 because you're getting another container of concrete. It's really quite tough to find this glass pieces anywhere unless you're a glass artist.
Exactly.
Then it's easy for you. And if you didn't take National's course when we were live, on the thank you page when you buy, you're going to have the chance to get it for 30% off. That's the same amount that we offer people when we are live. So it's a huge deal. Over 6 hours of content. So
it's a great course.
Yeah, and if you face any issues because some of you are not in the country or you want to change the shipping or whatever is the issue, here's the phone number for you. 801, write that down.
Should I say it?
330
Okay.
9010.
That's right.
Write that down. 801-330-9010. You need to wait until we are offline because we can multitask up to a point, right? But take that decision today. Really, you're saving and you're getting something really cool. And I can only wait to see what you create out there. I want to thank everybody. We have a lot of people here. You even need to say hi to your sister in Brazil. She's watching.
Hello.
So, thank you very much. Of course, the video stays on Facebook and stays on YouTube and on the website. So you have those 24 hours to make your decision. Take also the time to give a like, send some hearts, or share, even better, right?
Yes, please share.
Yes. Next week, we are going to be here with Jody McCraney, Russia.
Woo!
She is going to be talking about molds again. So you don't want to miss that. The same bad time, same bad place, right? Every Thursday, 2:30 p.m. Next week, we also have Wednesday where we are going to be showing you how to make beer.
Ooh,
oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a new show that we have on sustainability, how you can create and raise things around you. So you don't want to miss that. It's going to be really cool. The host is going to be Scott Romick. So you want to make sure you're here for that. So go to mondomarkettv.com, get your kit, get the extra concrete. If you run into any issues, 801-330-9010.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We'll see you again next week.
See ya.